Shalom, shalom, family, most high Christ bless, and welcome to another edition of In With You. I hope you all had a wonderful day today, and that we were all blessed, and that the Most High made everything possible that we wanted to come our way today. So, with that, let's get into our show. And before we start, I just want to say all praises and thanks to the Most High God. We have a word from our captain. He made it safe on his journey. And so, yes, he is about the Lord's work and his work at the same time. So, again, let's keep him in prayer. Let's give the Most High thanks for a great brother, strong leader, a man of character, and great in the spirit. So, with that, let's get into our show. First thing we want to look at tonight is a photo we see circulating around, and you know, we see who the person is, whether the photo is doctored or it is actually, him that sent it out, or maybe, somebody in his camp who did. But, it speaks volumes of a brother who we hold, high in regard and who we feel and see trying to, build himself into a figure that, could say be a role model for our young brothers and sisters. And well, I felt he was doing a heck of a job, and here it is now. This amongst others, this is not the only one. I've seen maybe two or three. This one stands out most to me because here it looks like he's flaunting, you know, um, himself in this, I wouldn't call it ridiculous, but shameful outfit. It's unbecoming of a man, especially a man of his stature, who we held in such high esteem that we thought was, making an impact in, amongst our people. I thought he stood for something, but apparently, it looks as if this brother has succumbed, to the ways of the system of the sport that he is in. I guess he is falling in with the in crowd, more to say, but I cry shame on the brother, man. Again, like I say, it may be doctored just as well as it may be real, but the truth always comes out. And so I haven't heard anything, me personally, I haven't heard anything where he refuted anything about this picture that's circulating. As I said, one of many pictures that's circulating. But again, I personally have never heard any rebuttal about it being fake or doctored, but yeah, let's pray for that brother, man. Let's hope he wakes up and spirit convicts him because, we had such high hopes in LeBron, man. But that being said, it is what it is. Not everybody's going to make it into the kingdom. Not all of our mothers, not all of our fathers, not all of our children. So we have to prepare ourselves and don't hold our faith in each other. We can love one another, we can help one another, but we cannot swear for one another because we don't know the man. We know the spirit. We all share like spirit, or are supposed to when we're walking in this truth. We're supposed to be under one banner, sharing one spirit, which is the Most High Spirit. But again, like I say, we cannot swear for each other, you know, because the Bible tells us the heart is deceitful, it is desperately wicked, so everybody has their inner workings, their ways that they do things, their secret agendas, their uh, spiritual members, emotional baggage and all of that stuff. So again, like I say, if this is a real, genuine photo of this brother, I cry shame. That's all I can say. But moving on, let's get to a video that I know some of you have been seeing for quite some time, where this Edomite brother, sorry, not brother, this Edomite, I don't know what to call him, man, woman, but he appears to be a man, but let the video speak for itself.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was general.
Right beforehand, you fuck.
So, as I was saying, we can see this Edomite clearly looks to be masculine, sounds to be a man, but fashionably dressed with the hairstyle to go along with it. You know, it's no laughing matter. It's a serious thing, and you know we have to be mindful, as I said, of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 5. You know, where it says we have to control our members, and this fella he's in inordinate affections. You know, he's in the gay, into the lesbian, into the bisexual, and you know, immoral spirits. And so right here he is angry. Well, forgive me again. He identifies as she, as we can hear in the video, but you know, for me, I'm not judging. I am just saying as it is, as I can see. He appears to be very angry with this individual for maybe that person calling him, which to us he is a him. But let's further look at it.
Fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
But it's so clear he is so domineering, you know, so masculine, and he takes offense to being called sir, but he's acting in the manner of a masculine man. He's adorned in the apparel of a man because he has on a pants. The only thing I see feminine about him is that he has a female bag and he has natural long blonde hair. But I don't see the recognition of him being called ma'am or miss, and why he is so adamant about being so. All because, you know, it's the authority that's given to them that they can demand to be called whatever they say that they want to be called. But, you know, this Edomite, I don't know. He is really out of hand, but let's see the end of it.
Apologize now.
Just like I say, very mannerly, very, very mannerly, but wants to be called Miss, Madam, or she. But clearly we can see it's a him, acting like a him, masculine like a him, you know, but such is the way, as I say, the powers that be give them the authority that, you know, they can do whatever they want to do and ask to be called whatever they want to be called. They have the authority to do so. Anyhow, let's move on. Let's look at our next video. And in this video, you know, a lot of us, we are mindful that our flesh is weak, you know, that we require, I would not say feminine touch, but we require, yeah, so a feminine touch in our lives. But this kind of touch is not the kind of touch that we would subscribe to, brothers. But, you know, just hold your composure and just check out the video and we will see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Yeah, so yes.
All right, de sus în jos.
Just look at these sisters, man. And this is a sport. This is a sport that caters, and I would dare say entertains a lot of our brothers out there and a lot of our sisters too, because we know, as we said, the spirit that is traveling, in this world today. You have some females who are more masculine than the men, and they're into doing the things that our loose brothers are out there doing. And they want to masquerade as men, they want to act as men. So they themselves would find this vile and outrageous thing to be appealing to them. Okay, so let's look at it.
Ea speră că a creat un mare damage. Se pare că n-a fost un mare damage. Ea dus pe Roxana. Ea speră să creeze mare.
And what's so crazy about it, man? I mean, this female is actually assuming a position as to say, getting herself ready for the tag. And then they have, in the center of the ring, they have an official. I don't know who the other person is. Maybe the other person is a judge. I don't know. But, it's all set up so much like a real professional sport. And as we can hear, it's, I would assume, our brothers and sisters who are supposed to be, I don't know which tribe it is, but we can hear what sounds like Spanish. I don't know where it's from, but again, sounds like Spanish. And, we know that in Israel we have our brothers and sisters who do speak Spanish. And so let's continue to look at it. It's just ridiculous, Saints. It's just ridiculous, And I cannot for the life of me figure out who came up with this and caused this sport. Spanking females or they're naked, putting themselves in the limelight, national television, with a whole crowd inside of the arena watching them spank each other's butts. They're wearing high heels, thongs in their backsides. I don't know. But whoever came up with this, boy, that's all I can say is boy. But on to the next one. Okay, here we go. This is something I find particularly disgusting because for some reason it appears to be a school and the faculty or the teachers decided to dress these young men up in females' clothing and have them paraded through the assembly of females to be mocked, cheered at, and ridiculed. And I don't get the sense of it because it's like they're trying to make it an acceptable thing for our young children to dress themselves in female dress, to be in public, and to brace up themselves to take ridicule and to strengthen themselves to accept who they are. But again, like I say, this is far beyond the norm because whoever allowed this, whichever school it is, whichever principal, whichever faculty member did this, they are way outside the scope of what should be allowed in the school. Because we can see these girls, they're cheering, they're laughing, and most of these young men, they don't appear to be even remotely affected or removed because some of them, they're showing feminine characteristics in the walk, Some of them are smiling, they're proud to be. I mean, for most of them, it's not a chosen way as yet. But these are the things that lead to our children adopting these spirits and these habits. And so when we, as parents, we as elders, we as men and women encourage these children in these things, it is what causes them to further themselves and to walk in these spirits. Because the Bible tells us about effeminate, you know, and so these are the things that attracts them to that effeminate spirit. But let's continue to look at it. Yeah, you see, it's like I'm saying, they are actually showing the effeminate emotions, hands curl, and if you can see, let's go back a bit. There was some faculty member who was jesting them on and pushing them and encouraging them. I guess it didn't go that far enough. I want you guys to see it. Some teacher, I would assume. Why am I not getting that? Let's try. Yes, right there. Do you see that individual? Clearly looks like a teacher who is parading these students out in the front of the rest of the school. Now, I don't know what it is these young men would have did, whether this is a punishment or they're enacting some sort of thing, but it's something that should never take place. And again, like I say, shame on our brothers and sisters for encouraging this and trying to instill this in our young men and women, because this is not righteousness. This is not holy, and them being, as I said, leaders, the school faculty, the teachers, they shouldn't encourage this. No way, no form, no shape, no fashion. Just look at them. Shame, disgraceful. And they came, look, well prepared, adorned. This one even has on the lipstick, the rouge, pink bag. I don't know. Just look at them. Oh my goodness, man. It is crazy. And you hear the kids, they're cheering themselves along. Oh boy. We're in trouble, Israel. We're in trouble. Yes, sir. But these are the things that are going on in our schools with our young children. We as parents, we are not there. We don't know unless the school would inform us, or we see it on TikTok or some social media, or the children would tell us. But most times, the children don't even say anything. We, being the parents, are the last to find out. And so we have to be mindful that, Satan is busy at work, and his spawn is always up and down trying to corrupt, especially our children, because the earlier you catch them, the better it is for them. Their minds are fickle and easily persuaded, so we have to pray over our children, instill in them this truth, practice, staying in the spirit, following the commandments, keeping the Sabbath. They are children, they may not understand, and a lot of them may not agree, but as parents, it is our duty to instill it into them. It's a commandment from the Most High. He said that, from generation to generation to generation. This is what we should do. And this is why we are lacking now. And this is why we're in trouble because we are not following the command. We want society to raise our children. We want society to groom them. And that is how this vile spirit spreads because we allow the school system to teach our children what we don't want them to learn. We allow friends to instill in them things that they should not be doing. We allow social media to fill their minds with reprobate foolishness that they should not even be getting into. And so this is, what's taking place in society with our children. But let's get on to the next video because we don't want to expand too much time, on this broadcast. But here we go.
Brother.
So you gay?
So this, as we know, is Pastor Peterson, Jesse Peterson, a well-known pastor. I guess he is now having his own show. And so he's interviewing this Edomite pastor. And so let's listen in.
I'm gay.
I didn't know you were gay.
Yeah, well, I just told you.
How did you become gay?
One doesn't become.
He had the question that he asked him. First of all, he asked surprise. You gay? Of course you know he is. You invited him on the show. The topic is that of, him being gay. So why are you playing so shocked? You look at this man and you can see effeminate accents falling all over off of him. And yet you sit there playing surprise. Shh, come on.
I'm gay. One is born that way.
This guy.
Listen to this Edomite now. Listen to him. One is born that way. So why is it that one is born that way and not all? So in essence, he's trying to say they're special. That's what he's saying. They're special. They were born to be different. They were born to be special.
I know you gay. So you make it that way.
That's my opinion.
And then this brother gonna ask him, does God know he's gay? You sure God made you that way? He can't be serious, and he calls himself a pastor. And he says he's in the truth. But here he is, having a just of fun with this Edomite, encouraging him in foolishness when he should be beating him with the stick, with the rod of iron. I mean, they are a lost nation of people, fit for destruction, but still you should speak to him to let him know the error of his ways and the sin that he is involved in. Don't just with him and encourage him in foolishness.
Think that God made you gay?
I have no, I don't know I'm not going to be presumed.
Are you called by God to be a priest, or is it something you volunteer to do?
It's, you feel a calling.
You see, again, he feels a calling. Just like how he feels to be gay. That's how he feels to be effeminate. Everything is about the feeling. That's why we're supposed to be in the spirit, stay in the spirit, walk in the commandments, in the statutes, practice righteousness daily. These brothers, they're giving in to the spirit. To their affections of lust, uncleanness, incontinence, being lovers of themselves. And that is what they want to spread to us and want us to indulge in. And so this Pastor Peterson is right here. I guess he's doing it for ratings, but again, I'm saying he's encouraging this Edomite in his foolishness.
right?
Amazing. And so you've never been married?
Well, you can marry in my church.
We can.
Sure.
You see that? You can marry in the synagogue of Satan. He says you can marry. So therefore, again, we see it. Sins abound, running amok. And the church, especially their church, I would presume, it's a Catholic. And so he says you can marry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In fact, my church is gay friendly. I can marry a man.
You
in
can
my
marry a
church.
man?
In my church.
Have you ever done it?
I've officiated at the marriage.
But you never married one.
No, I've never been married.
Oh, okay. And so, have you been with men?
Oh, you see, Peterson has his audio staff in the background, and every time he says gay, the lightning strikes. Now he's asking if he's ever been with men. If you hear a oinking sound, the oinking sound that the pig makes, I don't know the reference to that, but it must have some reference. He played it at a very particular moment.
Really?
Yeah.
That's mind blowing.
This is mind blowing for you? Why
Yeah.
is that?
Because I
This brother is too much. He says it's mind blowing. What's so mind blowing about it? These are the leaders in corruption in the world, in sin, in false doctrine, in their idolatry. So what is so mind blowing about this Edomite being a pastor, being gay, and saying that their church marries men? I don't see what's so mind blowing about it. You should not put anything past them. Anything that is not of God, they are the forerunners and the leaders in, and they push and they try to impress upon us. So what is he so surprised about?
never expected a priest and a father of Epiphany Church to be gay. You don't
Sounds like
look
you're
gay.
coming from the assumption. What's look gay?
You know, switch.
Yeah, you ask him, you don't look gay. What about this man that this brother can't see that he's gay? Feminism is dropping off of him. He may not have the feminine look, the character is there. He may not have the hair, he may not have the breasts, he may not identify as female, but obviously we can look at him and see, he is too well refined for a masculine man, to a point where all of his attributes are that of a feminine behavior. But let's listen in.
Chin and soft looking.
Really? That's what you call stereotyping.
Do your
You see? You see what the pastor tell him, the so-called pastor, he tell him that stereotyping. When you look at somebody and they appear to be a certain way, which we know is true, it's not stereotyping, because so a man think it, so he is. If you think you're a female and you're acting like a female, then that's what you prove yourself to be. And if a man pertains to things of a feminine nature, then that's what you're trying to be, feminine. And if you act like a female, the rest of the outlook would be that, okay, you're gay. So it's not stereotyping, that's just a fancy word they say. If it looks like a pig and it oinks like a pig, it's a pig.
congregation know that you're gay.
Absolutely, they do.
Oh, okay. So now I see a little gay in you.
Good.
Ha! Now, you hear what he say? Now he sees a little gay in him. Now. So first off, he couldn't believe it. Second off, he didn't see it. Now all of a sudden he could see it. I wonder why. I really wonder why. Do you think it's the expressions? You think it's the mannerisms? What do you think gave him away, or what opened his brother's eyes to see the gayness coming from this Edomite?
He did this. I saw it.
Oh, you see, he said when he did this, he saw it. So that means he only identified it by that hand gesture. Everything else that's exuberating from that man, he doesn't see the gay in him. But because of a hand gesture, he's saying now he can see the gay. Boy, I tell you.
So, thank you. So listen, is your religion the same as Christianity or just
Yeah,
different?
I'm in the Episcopal Church, the Anglican Church.
So why
So
would
we're
God?
not here to talk about sacred resistance. We're going to talk about homosexuality.
I'm just stunned that
So you see, that's it right there. He brought this Edomite on under false pretense. He brought him in to talk about some other topic, but now he's sneaking under the cover, trying to expose this brother. Sorry, I keep calling this damn Edomite brother, but trying to expose this Edomite, his gayness. Knowing all along what he was, that's how he got to the topic. It isn't that the Edomite just said it to him and he expounded on it. He knew all along because he ambushed this Edomite. So let's listen in.
you're gay. I didn't know that. One last question about that. Why would God make lesbians and gay men? Why? What was the purpose of that?
Before he answers, there is no credible answer to that for them. They all come to this understanding or saying or belief that they were born that way. God made them that way. It's natural. No, it's not. It's not. And for anyone out there that believes that, it's not natural. It is something you invite into yourself. It is a spirit that you choose to partake. And it is your flesh overriding the Spirit of God, the righteousness that's supposed to be inside of us, to say no to the flesh, to deny ourselves, to contain our emotions, to curb our desires and feelings. But they're giving into the flesh. They're giving into seducing spirits. They're giving into the desires. And so they want everybody to come under their umbrella. But let's listen to his answer.
Why did God make zebras?
But how about lesbians
What was the purpose of that?
too?
You see, he deflected the question because there is no credible answer. It's an abomination. And they know that. But again, they hate God. They hate the laws of God. They hate the natural ordinances of God. And they defy him at every turn and at every way. So let's listen to his answer again.
To multiply,
To multiply it,
More
why do
zebras.
we need more zebras?
to keep the earth clean and do what zebras do. But you don't know why God made lesbians.
I don't know why God made zebras. I don't know why God made you or why God made me.
Amazing.
If you say
You see? Now he's becoming offended. Because you being, a so-called man of God, you don't know why God made men. You don't know why God made women. You don't know why God made male zebras. You don't know why God made female zebras. So now he's becoming into his feelings, deeper into his feminine feelings now. And becoming offended. Because he feels the conviction, the burning, the shame. You see? So let's finish listening.
you know it,
I know why
I'd say
God
you're
made
probably
me.
being a little presumptuous.
No, he made human beings to create love.
And he probably made zebras so that's why he made gay people.
Oh, you see? So that's why he made gay people, to make love. See, Peterson told him God made human beings to make love. Really? That's why God made human beings, to make love.
I had no idea. So I got to ask you about your organization. You about to run?
Yeah, I'm going.
Don't run.
Edomite has left the building. Yeah, Peterson. You burn him, you burned him, you burned him, brother. But, you know, I applaud you for exposing him, but I really cannot condone or even relate to what you said or what you believe, because whether you are in the nation of Israel, whether you are a Hebrew Israelite, whether you are gay or straight, you're supposed to let this Edomite know what he's doing is wrong. You were alluding to it, but not pointing it out, because all you're saying is you're mystified, you can't believe, as if, you know, it can never be. Not the great white man, not the pastor. Okay? Come on, Peterson. Come on, man.
Priests don't run.
This priest is leaving
Why?
because it's a stupid conversation.
What's stupid about it? We're talking about America. Are you really running? Straight up.
Oh boy, I tell you, Peterson is a gimmick. Yeah, so tonight's show, you know, we got a little insight into what you call it, the spirit of immorality, you know, with fornication, because everything we viewed was about sex, indecency, fornication, lasciviousness, gays, lesbians, effeminate, all the like. And this is so prevalent all throughout the earth. Everywhere you look, on social media, on television, in books, everywhere. The variant demonic spirit that is inhibiting our brothers and sisters and being passed through all of these social media outlets, and our children are being exposed to them, because right now, when we look at it, from the youngest baby, a 3-year-old knows how to operate a phone, which gives them every exposure to everything and anything that they want to take an interest in. So we need to, as I said, be more mindful in Israel to impact onto our young generation this truth about the commandments, about who we are, about what we are, and how we're supposed to serve the Most High God in spirit and in truth. But we allow our children to be busy with all manner of things that they shouldn't get into. Adopting habits, learning false doctrines, hanging around loose, lascivious young women and young men, giving way to the burning desires of the flesh. And this is what's causing us to stay lost in sin. You know, but again, as I said, this is the way that the Most High has it set up, and we can only try as best we can to reach as many brothers and sisters that are out there, and to try to impart to them this knowledge that we have, and hope that one or two would pick it up and would take it and they would share it. So, like I said, the Most High has impacted on us, and we have to impact it on them. So please find us on our various outlets. We're on YouTube at Chosen Saints Canada, CSOGC. We're on YouTube as CSOGC2. We're on Instagram as Chosen Saints Canada. We're on Facebook, Chosen Saints of God Canada. We're on Twitter at CSOGC. We're also on TubeMate. And if ever you want to reach out to us, you want to ask a question, you want to say some comments, you want a Bible study, or even if you just want to, find some answers about something that, has been lingering in your spirit, reach out to us. You can email us also, chosensaintscanada@gmail.com. And so with that, we say shalom.